The way that I look at it is Eze is so good. If he was there, available, Tottenham wasn't closing it down, and you had the chance to swoop, and it can help you win the league, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
You're not going to want to be in January, past Boxing Day, and you're like, damn it, we should have. Remember we wanted Eze?
Remember he was available?
¿Qué onda, mi Cesar?
¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo andas?
I'm good. I can't help but look at the TV. We got for folks that are listening, we're watching Leagues Cup in the background. We're trying to focus on this, but it's the 93rd minute and Miami's beating Tigres, so está fea la cosa.
Está fea la cosa. Tigres just hit one off of the bar y se fue al otro bar. Y nomás no entró, pero...
No harto para los cardíacos. But no, yeah, welcome back, folks. Episode 162 of Gol Sided. A whole bunch to talk about. We got the Premier League started up this past week. I got a dub. You got a tie. Through Newcastle, couldn't get by Villa. We'll talk about that in a second. Liga MX is going off right now. La Liga started too. Before we get started, Cesar, you did start coaching?
I did. I mean, officially my season started. The season started about 2 weeks ago, but this past weekend ya empezaron los juegos. I had 2014 girls. My team, which is based in the Saratoga area, played against my hometown team, Los Tremors. And unfortunately, I took a 3-2 loss.
Oh, that's not bad, though.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be worse.
Oi?
Well, I mean, the Holster girls are always really good, right?
I mean, the girls side tend to be better than the boys side.
But, I mean, también no le falta respeto. I'm just saying the girls are just strong in Holster, generally.
Generally, yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my team did well. No más que half of the team are all brand new girls. They came from other clubs.
Refuerzos.
The other half were my own girls that I've coached before. So, un equipo que más o menos se estaba acoplando, first time playing together, shy, no demandándose el balón.
Were you down most of the game, or did you guys...
Yeah, I went down 1-0, then I tied it, then I went down 2-1, then I tied it, and then I was like, all right, it's going to end the tie. Ya estufas, vámonos. I'll take a tie as my first day with 6 brand new girls out of 12, but then... we gave up a last-minute goal.
No, you got to park the bus, Cesar. ¿Qué onda con las tácticas?
No, hay que ser fiel al estilo y...
Hey. Si se te pasa, bájala, vámonos.
No.
Take a yellow card, you guys. Everyone, take a yellow card.
Tan verde las muchachas, pero le echan la lucha. I'm glad because they showed character, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Being down on the score and then echándole ganas, trying to get that tie. And
I mean, that's not a bad result for the first week, especially if you guys are just getting used to each other. Best of luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you. Y si les puedo decir que se miró fútbol, no nomás era kickball.
Yeah, that's what's up. The progress is the big thing at the youth level, right?
Yeah.
I got some news. I'm doing a road trip this week, so I'm gonna get us some content. I'm gonna work out a Chivas episode for next week because they're coming up against a really tough stretch of matches. The next 4, Cruz Azul, America, Tigres, Toluca, I think. So we're gonna do a little bit of a preview. Maybe I'll be crying in it. Who knows? But I'll be from Portland.
Hey, back in Portland. Huh?
We love Oregon, my wife and I, and we're doing a road trip up. We're gonna go watch Portland Thorns. Keep an eye out for my games to watch. Portland Thorns against Kansas City, current first place.
Kansas City, right? Yeah.
Against 5th place Portland, and we love that team. I got a jersey.
I like their jerseys.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll be there since Saturday. We're gonna do a little bit of camping Friday night. We'll be there Saturday.
Hey, so you're gonna take the camper?
No.
Okay,
that's way too far. It's a little tough to test it that far.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hundreds and thousands, maybe over 1,000 miles total, right? So we didn't want to risk it, so we're just driving up. So maybe I'll make a little TikTok of the whole experience for us, and then we'll be in Portland, and then we're going into Bend, Oregon, which is a nice, beautiful, outdoorsy town that we've loved.
That you've lived there before.
We stayed there for a winter during COVID. We're going back. We have some friends there. We like going out there for dinner. It's so naturey, montañas grandotas por todos lados. There's a river through the downtown, and the Goo Goo Dolls are performing. The Goo Goo Dolls, and I don't, ¿cómo va la canción? And just want you to know who I am. And I don't want the world to see me.
Sorry, hey, I'm uncultured.
Be cultured. That's the Goo Goo Dolls. And they're going to be performing in that town.
Wow.
And the amphitheater is right next to the river. And what the life hack, what you do is you get on a paddle board and you just dock on the river and you can watch the performance.
Hey.
So we're thinking of doing that.
Damn, a whole local que hasta te sabes, on those life hacks.
We asked our friends, like, hey, how do you guys, is there a way to watch? And then they're like, yeah, just get on a paddleboard. That's a pendejo. And I was like, yeah. So we have a whole fun week packed. I'll try to post about it on Gol Sided, especially with the game.
Well.
And it's gonna be a lot of fun. Va a estar caliente, bro.
Oh, is it? That's dope. Then so you guys can enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, here it's gonna be pretty warm.
Yeah.
Portland, the days that we're gonna be there is gonna be close to 100.
Hey, that's perfect. Extending the summer into August and September.
Calentón a la madre. Hopefully we could stay in some shade, but yeah, catch us out there. If you guys are in Portland, if you guys are going to the game, hit us up. Let's get right into it. Cesar, we got La Premier League. La
buenísima Premier League.
La grandísima Premier League empezó. Let's start off with the fantasy update. Ahora sí, Cesar.
Ahora sí. First weekend.
I'm the reigning champion.
Ajá.
Por decirlo. In the budget league, I'm not in first place.
What place are you in?
I'm in freaking 20th place, bro. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're like 26 out of 30 or something like that.
But I'm warming up. My players didn't go off like I expected them to. And Semenyo was on my bench. ¿Qué se le puede hacer?
Yeah.
And then we have the draft league as well, which Nestor, the boy Turtles, is the reigning champ. What place are you in budget?
I'm mid-table. I think I want to say like I'm 15th, 17th, algo así.
Who's your strongest points-wise?
Damn, I can't remember. Oh, Mo Salah got me a lot of points.
I went no Salah.
Sunderland got me
who?
One of them from Sunderland. I forgot who got me like 6 points.
Ni sabes.
Por ahí, 5 de ahí, 6 de ahí. Oh, el Reinders from Manchester City did well. He got me 10 points.
That was a wild card, bro. You didn't sabías that he was going to ball.
You
just threw him in there.
No, I saw a whole bunch of AC Milan last season que sabía que ese güey iba. He was going to cook. Y tú sabes. Hopefully, you guys tuning in or FPL, you have to check Reddit.
Yeah, you guys got...
ahí te metes y...
no, raw dog it, bro. Kind of been saying, why are y'all cheating and looking up on Reddit? Optimum team of the week. Nah, la verga. I didn't do that shit last season.
Who was your best player? A ver, dinos.
Nadie.
You went the famous No Holland.
No Holland, no Salah. And I think my strongest was Chris Wood. Scored 2 goals, no?
Yeah, he did.
So that was strong. But Semenyo on my bench, that would have
2 as well.
That would have gotten me in the game.
Yeah.
Just like an off week. But instead, I had like a terrible week. Yeah. But it's a long ways ahead. In the draft league, I lost.
I lost as well, but I played first place.
Yeah, it's tough.
¿Cómo se llama? Turtles.
Yeah,
he destroyed me. He got like 58 points. Algo así. I thought I had a good week, pero pues
he had Holland because he got first pick overall
again.
Somehow, cheaters, Jesus Christ. Rigged somehow. But let's get into the matches, folks. We'll start off right with the first match of the week of the season: Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Liverpool won 4-2. Liverpool had 2 last-minute goals that made it not so close. It was very close. I was surprised. I thought Liverpool was going to smack Bournemouth because Bournemouth's whole back line got dismantled.
Yes.
3 out of their 4 starters are gone. El único quedó was the old captain, Adam Smith.
Yeah.
The only one starting over Julian Araujo.
Yeah. And, quite unfortunate que no le dan juego al compa de Lompok.
Yeah, and... so I figured they would have growing pains, figuring it out, maybe give up a little golisa here to get used to it at first, but they held in there. What was it? 1-0, then 1-1, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. So it was really close. Semenyo put the team on his back.
Literally, yeah.
And then towards the end of the second half, it went like typical Liverpool way where the quality shows up.
Yeah, it's just the depth. I mean, overall, I don't want to say I called it, pero Liverpool se miraba que tenía que darte más.
Called what? That they would win?
No, que Liverpool, they're gonna do decently well, but it's not gonna be the Liverpool que arrasaba con equipos. I know this 4-2 seems
first week,
pero es lo que estamos hablando, ¿verdad? Que it seemed a 2-2. Oh my God, like Liverpool, Bournemouth, like Bournemouth should be doing worse, but they're actually maybe Liverpool's not doing as well. And then, like you said, the 4-2 es algo exagerado for what it actually showed on the field.
I think so. It was 2-0 before Bournemouth started getting back into it. But así es la Premier League, ¿no? When the underdog team scores the one, we know el 2-0 es el
más engañoso.
Es el más engañoso, but you could feel it after the first Semenyo goal. You're like, all right, well, this team is mortal. También tienen sangre como los demás de nosotros. Yeah. Liverpool, they're not gods, even though they got Verts, even though they got Etiqueta.
Yeah.
They have weaknesses. And when it was 2-2, even the commentators were like, or Twitter and Discord were like, me on Discord, I was like, it's our year. Let's go, Arsenal. Let's go. But then at the end of the day, quality shows. Where I was going with Federico Chiesa, out of nowhere, it's that Liverpool fortune right now. Todo le sale bien, that even a forgotten child like Chiesa is starting to show quality, at least by scoring. Who knows if he's in shape, if he's in good form. Time will tell. But he scores and then he kisses the badge or like pumps the badge.
Yeah.
My guy, he spent the whole last season trying to leave.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But I mean, I think if he comes out of the bench, y te da todo, gets that goal, kisses the badge, it almost makes me think like, damn, this Liverpool from the last person on the bench to the starters, tienen calidad, tienen hambre, it just talks about how good that locker room is or that team is as a whole, which is what I originally thought, porque Chiesa was, I don't know, the last time we talked about Chiesa was when he joined Liverpool.
Yeah, I was salty. I was like, bro, you should have gone to Arsenal.
Coming off of winning with Italy the Euro Cup, all right, and scoring and saying, oh my God, like in Liverpool la va a romper, and then he didn't to now kind of su third season in resurrect and say, yo, I'm actually here and I'm actually gonna try and
who knows, this might be a huge sleeper. Not for fantasy folks, because he'll get 10 minutes a game, but like for Liverpool,
that super sub that sometimes they're gonna need.
Yeah, maybe in league, not necessarily, but in Champions League, it could be that rotation player that gets you a win in a Champions League game when you really need it, when you're thin roster. Right now, now they look even deeper, even though they got all those players. They did get rid of like a Darwin, they got rid of Luis Diaz, so they are gonna need players like him to step up. One player who I don't think is necessarily there yet, Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
Very involved, but not on the score sheet, and already being criticized a little bit by pundits and folks saying that like they would have loved to be on the score sheet like our homeboy Etiqueta, who has a goal and an assist in the first match.
Flying start, yeah, with him.
Not so much Wirtz.
Not so much Wirtz, pero Wirtz como que juega más retrasado, como que tiene... It just feels like when we've seen this time and time again with Havertz, with other players. I can't think of another one now. Oh, Mason Mount was in Germany, where they go from the Bundesliga to the Premier League. A veces se nota la diferencia. Etiqueta comes from France, if I'm not mistaken.
He came from Frankfurt.
From Frankfurt. Wow, so he's the polar opposite. Que él sí la está rompiendo con todo.
I mean, one game. También, we'll take things with a grain of salt, right? Y es lo que también, what I was thinking with some of those pundits, that it's just like, okay. Si vas a lavar Etiqueta so much, then you also have to take it a little bit easy on Wirtz, because it's just one game so far. We'll see. Law of averages, what ends up happening. Mm-hmm. One interesting point I did see from pundits was that some people were saying sometimes the superstar doesn't necessarily give you the results that you think that you would get. And the use case here might be last season it was Soboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch, right? All box to box. me la rompo barriéndome the same way that I'll go into the box and I'll put away the occasional goal. Wirtz is not that. Wirtz is not, I'm going to go back. I don't think he crosses the 30-yard line defensively. But he's attacking minded a lot. He's always up there. Can that change? Yes, it's probably a more offensive, more creative, might get more goals, more assists, but like, does that change affect the dynamic midfield? And that might get kind of balanced by not having TAA, and Frimpong goes all the way back more. Kerkez is a better quality, right? Maybe you make up for it. But with Semenyo scoring 2 goals, maybe it showed a little bit of weakness there, right? That like maybe it's not as sound as it was in past seasons because there's little huequitos. Yeah. No more 3 solid in the mid. It's 2 and uno se queda.
Queda ese gap donde pueden entrar. Yeah, maybe we'll see the difference. I know even the left back Kirkes had a pretty rough game. He got a yellow and came off the game at the 60th minute. So yeah, maybe we'll see later in the season cómo les afecta no tener a ese other box to box, because I mean generally you have 3 box to box players that are really good both offensively and defensively. I mean that would solidify that whole spine with Van Dijk and the other and Konate as the center backs. So yeah, I guess we'll see. Exciting to see, a Liverpool that is going to be able to fly down the wings and also have somebody like Wirtz if he can figure things out.
He needs to figure things out. I think a test against a team with kind of 3 pyramids like an Arsenal, other strong teams is going to be really interesting because they have like Zubimendi, Odegaard, and who's the other fool that always starts? Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Rice.
Declan Rice.
And they're not necessarily 10s, but they're all over, right? Do you lose a little bit by having Wirtz stay up if Arsenal's outpacing you like 3-2 in the mid? That's going to be a fun one to watch. For the fantasy heads, it was interesting that Kerkez and Frimpong came out the 60th minute because that screwed us over también because Frimpong and Kerkez would have gotten the clean sheet. But because they came out in the 60th, they technically played 59 minutes, and you need to play 60. So that's why we didn't get 6 points también. So I technically got gypped out of 21 points.
You had Kirks's?
I have Frimpong for my team. Which, right after getting both, you generally don't sub out 2 defenders at the same time. So that was kind of weird of Arne Slot, a bit confident in the team, I would say, in the 2-0.
And kind of reminding them, like, there's backup players que se la van a pelear.
Well, not that, but like, I think it's more of un balde de agua Slot because he takes out 2 defenders and then they get torched on the wings by Semenyo with 2 new defenders in. I don't think we're gonna get 60 minutes of Kerkez and Frimpong is what I'm saying now. I think Arne Slot is going to be, all right, well,
just leave.
They're my ballers. I'm going to leave them in more.
Right.
Maybe folks with these players should feel a little bit more confident that that Slot should be giving them the confidence. Si no, a ver si no le meten otro gol with Robertson out wide. But yeah, either way, Liverpool gets those points. That'll be a theme of the day. Just get the points no matter what.
That's the Premier League in general.
Your Newcastle did not get their points. They could not get past Aston Villa, who was down a player. I didn't even watch this game. They were down a player, and they couldn't even get through. It was at 4
in the morning.
No wonder. I was like, why didn't I watch it? But that's why. Your boy Alexander Isak is withholding himself from practice, from training, from games. I was reading a line that I think he might have even gone to, I don't know if Real Sociedad or Dortmund, whatever teams he was before, one of them, for training.
Wow.
Which is a bit of a falta de respeto. So hasn't showed up at all for the team. Even came out with some cryptic messages on social media.
Just straight.
Blatant. No, ¿qué dijo?
He said, when promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue. That's where things are for me right now, and why change is the best interest of everyone, not just myself.
Okay, so Cesar, tell me, with that in mind, it sounds como que está dolido, some false promises, or maybe he wanted something, I don't know, maybe a transfer, maybe more money, something was apparently said to him and somebody didn't come through. What are your thoughts overall? He's your star boy. Do you side with him? Do you think he's being a drama queen? What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's being a drama queen. I think just in general, you got to understand that this is football sometimes. Newcastle, any team needs to look out for the best interest. And I don't think Newcastle has done something wrong to say where, no Isak le puede reclamar diciendo, they didn't let me go on a transfer, they're not paying me or lo que quieras. But at the end of the day, like if they tell you in your you have a contract, you have to honor that contract. No le hace lo que se haya dicho. I know that sometimes words can be said on the dicen, yo, I'm going to let you go if the right offer comes in, which is most likely what happened. And no offer has come in, but he just wants to leave a huevo, sí o sí. Y así no se trabajan las cosas.
Y no se trabaja. And at the end of the day, it's work.
Yeah.
Right? I don't go to my work and dangle other offers from LinkedIn over their head or something, right? Like, no, certain things, and I think at the end of the day, you're under contract. And a lot of players are getting really comfortable with that final year. We all know if you don't re-sign, if you don't extend your contract at the 1 year left, generally that means you're holding out to leave on a free, to leave cheaper.
To leave it, yeah.
And a lot of players are really taking advantage of that. They're having conversations with other teams already for personal terms, which maybe should be against some rules or something. But no, yeah, to my understanding, they did get one offer from Liverpool. I think it was 120 million. But I think, to my understanding, Newcastle want him over 200 million, like closer to 200 million.
Yeah.
And if it's not hitting the right amount for your clause, ¿qué se va a hacer?
Yeah,
I mean,
what can you do, right?
Because then at the end of the day, what's happening now, it sounds like he's trying to push them to take a lower offer because that offer, or lower if Liverpool's smart enough to be like, no, you know what? I'll give you 60.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is coming.
Yeah.
Nobody else has the money. They all made their transfers. United made huge transfers. Chelsea spent millions again.
They got like 5
Arsenal spent like 200 million también.
Yeah.
Nobody could afford them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Newcastle's bothered by the money. I think they can care less. They got Saudi money. But it's just Isak is being, I mean, it sucks. But at the end of the day, like, you have to show up because you signed that contract. Y si no se dan las cosas entre clubs, there's really nothing you can do.
Yep.
Right? That it was clear in the contract que esto es lo que se te va a pagar for this amount of time. And if an offer comes in that releases you, pays us the release clause, then you can go.
Yeah, and I think you might have had it. I don't think you have it in your games to watch, but your Newcastle plays against Liverpool this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. I saw on Twitter people saying that game's going to be electric, like as far as it's at St. James Park in Newcastle. So like that it's going to be intense because they're going to be like upset at Liverpool for, they're pushing that. Están empujando la mano. They're también que no se hagan los inocentes. They're doing something.
Yeah, but you can't be mad at Liverpool.
As a fan, you can.
No, you cannot.
Who else are you going to be mad at?
Isak.
My striker's, but he's not there. My striker's missing, and you guys on the other side of the team who are champions,
stirring the pot,
have a lot of money, are stirring the fucking pot.
No, yo les hago. También les hago así, pero it's the name of the game, way. It's like, if I'm the only one at the table, I'm gonna negotiate things in my favor.
Well, of course, as that person, pero luego se habla uno de pacto de caballeros or like something as far as like respect goes, like. I think a lot of teams are getting a little bit too disrespectful with those talks with the players, the personal terms. And I mean, my teams aren't tampoco perfect because to my understanding, Arsenal was doing the same with Eze, which we'll talk about in a second. They did the same with Gyökeres. Mm-hmm. Gyökeres started wanting to hold out because, rightfully so. They don't want, like the Mexican players we talked about, they don't want to go for $150 million because that means they have to take less pay when they move over.
Right. They say they're playing such a big clause.
Yeah, they do something realistic. 50 million. I want to give you guys money, right? But then they talk with Arsenal and they're like, hey, hold out. Hey, we got you. Don't even Another one that's doing it right now, también to Newcastle, they're not perfect. Supposedly, Wisa.
Yeah. He's holding out as well.
Trying to hold out.
I have him in my FPL. Y nomás,
I have him in one too, bro.
Red, dice, is not available for selection.
I have him on one too, and I don't know why the hell I picked him up. God damn it! But if he goes to Newcastle, he might be a really solid pickup. But I think Newcastle submitted a bid for 60 or 70, and they want more. And I mean, I don't think it's gonna be possible if they're gonna end up taking 120 for Isak, and they're gonna be close to 100 for Luis. I'd be like, no, what the?
Way we literally have brought nobody in.
But would you want Wisa?
Yeah, I'll take him.
And you only net like 30 from Isak?
Don't sell Isak. Why are we selling him? Que lo tengas ahí a huevo no le hace.
True. I mean, mucho drama, mucho blah blah blah. Weedy. I mean, would you take him back after what he's done? If you're a Newcastle fan,
he has to. He signed a contract.
But if you're a fan.
Yeah.
You're at St. James Park.
Vas a jugar, cabrón. Sí. Y metes goles, cabrón. Que si te va a hacer la vida imposible.
And run up my FPL numbers, bro. Let's go.
And he's treating the fans. Last season, the fans did a whole tifo celebrating his heritage, celebrating him. Que no chingue también.
Swedish, no?
Yeah, but he's Eritrean también.
Where?
Eritrea.
Ay, güey.
If I'm not mistaken, con todo respeto.
Ay. Damn, we learn something new every day, folks.
Yeah.
All right. No goals to talk about in that game, so let's move it on.
Bunch of drama, though.
Que sí tuvo goals. Manchester City getting back to their ways. 3 years ago, Manchester City versus Wolves. 4-0, pobrecitos Wolves. Parecían little puppies. Los desmantelaron. Les quitaron a Cunha. Now who's going to score? Who's gonna assist to Strand Larson, who I picked up stupidly? God damn, bro. No Latino.
I had him last season. You picked him up in the draft or in
one draft. I'm in 3 drafts. I picked him up somewhere.
I was gonna pick him up, but somebody beat me to it. But te la dejo.
Haaland with the brace.
You
captained him.
I don't even have him for anything.
You went no Haaland.
No, but somebody triple captain. Right off the bat, week 1, triple captain. So that
was the homie Anthony. But first place didn't triple captain him. But yeah, FPL's game popping. Do you think this Wolves will go down?
I think this Wolves will go down. I don't
relegated.
Yes, I think last season they got very lucky, mainly because of Cunha. But I don't see Wolves not getting out of the bottom 6.
They need to sign some more players.
They need to sign somebody. They need to inject the money. No le hace que no te traigas un superstar. Tráete unos 3 o 4 ahí. Solidificas la defensa.
What happened to the Portuguese strategy? Remember when they had
maybe go back to that. Maybe go back to a Mexican strategy. Llévate a Gilberto Mora. Llévate a todos los de Pachuca.
They need Raúl Jiménez back.
Raúl Jiménez. He's happy at Fulham. Ahí déjamelo.
That fool hit some slumps.
But
we don't even have him on here. But yeah, they... I mean, he didn't score. He looked very fucking dopey out there. Se veía como que pues nomás no le viene el gol.
Week 1.
And then Muniz comes off the bench and he scores one.
Week 1.
And then you know that in 2 weeks, el pinche coach mete a Muniz instead of him. And then Raúl Jiménez scores off the bench. Y luego no le cambia. Ay, frustrating.
Con que metan gol, dice él.
Yeah. I mean, Raúl just got to score every week. That's what we need.
This Wolves is really bad.
They're booty.
Yeah.
No lo van a hacer. If a Sunderland who's looking really good, if they can continue that's the big thing. They have to continue. Anybody could beat this West Ham apparently, which we got on here. No Edson, no party. 3-0 se comieron.
No más.
Graham Potter.
Ni
que fuera Harry Potter la ayudaría with fucking spells, bro.
Pinche spell. This whole team. I mean, all over social media was West Ham fans just saying that Graham Potter's the dumbest person ever, that everybody else can see that Guido Rodriguez is not the player they should be starting, that Edson is the one that should be starting, porque él sí le echa huevitos.
At least he gets a yellow card every game, but at least le entra.
Le entra con todo.
Guido's más finesse, ¿no?
Sí. Guido se me hace como que Edson does the heavy lifting, y él nomás como que te da los pases ahí.
Yeah, but I don't think they have enough spots in the mid para tener uno de cada uno.
They have Ward Prowse, they have him, and then they have
Paqueta.
Paqueta.
Yeah, but Paqueta, I think if they had 3 Paquetas in that mid, it'd be great. But Ward-Prowse también is very limited.
He was a Southampton
and he gives you free kicks, balón parado. That's what you have. It's like he's like having Luis Chavez out there, right? He's a good player, but I don't think he's great. Y para tenerte un Paquetá, which I think is a very good complete mid, surrounded by 2 other players that are limited, I don't think that's a great idea. Y para poner a Edson with Guido tampoco me encanta, and that's why I think Edson leaving is a great idea. But I just think West Ham doesn't fit the right players there, and then their center backs are all booty.
Yeah.
Mavropanos and freaking Kilman and Aguerd.
This West Ham, again, is another team that I don't know if they'll be relegated, but I think they'll be down there.
I don't think they'll get relegated.
Middle to bottom of the table. Porque nomás no traen, they don't have, like you said, the right players in their positions.
Juan Bissaka, AWB, is the only freaking good player on the entire squad.
I don't even think. I think he's de los más medianitos. But Jared Bowen is probably their best player by far.
They need to sell him for like
He's the only one.
Yeah.
If you sell him for $100 million and grab like
7
3, 5 players, yeah. Que te ayuden porque chingada madre.
No, they need a lot of hope. I went a little hopeful and added full Kruggy. No, hombre.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a
bit rough.
That shit sucks. But you got to know here, Sunderland fans, they're being adopted by the Mexican culture.
Mexican Twitter is all over Sunderland right now, diciendo.
Apparently, it's a tradition.
Ya llegamos.
You guys know what comes next. Apparently, it's a tradition that I didn't know of on Twitter that every season there's like a new team that the majority of the Twitter the Twitter homies go and follow. Yeah. I don't know if it was real, but somebody said it used to be, I think it was Werder Bremen or Wolfsburg.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Wolfsburg. Yeah. And even Wolfsburg put a meme like that.
Yeah.
But now it's Sunderland. And, I mean, with the 3-0 win, it's not bad.
Yeah, I feel like it was that. And then combining con Edson, que no estaba jugando. Dijeron, este mero es el equipo.
They need to sign a Mexican player, though. Yeah. I saw somebody was going viral because they retweeted Sunderland's like thank you welcome thing, and then they had like an analysis of like 5 different Mexican players, take Marcel Ruiz, take Gilberto Mora, take Alexis Vega, take these fools.
Let's go. They've even showed when Mexico love back y lo pusieron 3 players kind of talking about Mexico and like the flag and like Mexican players y todo. They're embracing it también los de Sunderland. The whole thing.
I don't care, sign a player.
Let's go.
Ahí hablas.
Eso o nada.
For real? I mean, why not? Do you think this Sunderland stays? Finally? Just a quick note. This would be, if Sunderland stayed, they would be the first team since 2022-2023 to stay up. That season, all 3 teams stayed and are now staples in Premier League. We had Fulham, we had Bournemouth, and we have Nottingham Forest, who all of those are media tabla para arriba now.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough. But since then, Luton Town, Burnley, Sheffield United, last season Southampton, Leicester, Ipswich Town, all 6 of them went back down.
Yeah, so this will be the first time in 3 years.
Do you think Sunderland is that team?
I think they have a good chance. Based on what we saw, I think they have a good chance. Porque se nota que están trabajados. Se nota que they have a style of play and an idea. And they got pretty interesting players, like that left back Reynaldo. Mm-hmm. I used to have him back in like FIFA 20, like 18 or algo
How old is he?
I don't even know, but I remember that name and that cut. He has the exact same cut from the FIFA.
Their striker Mayenda is a baller. He's good. He's super young, Spanish player. No, they have some, like you mentioned, interesting players, putting in some interesting pieces, some veteran players. They're mainly young players, which is great. And
Adingra is there as well from Brighton.
Yeah, Simon Adingra. I think he's full on, like bought out, not on loan. And
23 years old, so he still got a long way to go.
Yeah, they got the ownership of this team, whoever put the team together, did a really good job. They did their research.
Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, and to have like Granit Xhaka was at a great moment with Arsenal to bring him back and to have him lead your young squad.
Yeah. More of that, and hopefully they stay. I see them having a good chance of staying up.
Yeah. Maybe Leeds, too. They got to win, right?
They got to win.
Yeah. The last match, the big heavyweight of the week, Manchester United versus my Arsenal de mi corazón. Arsenal gets another set-piece goal to bring us home, baby. That's all that we needed. A very fought-out battle. Only one goal off of set pieces, none from open play. A lot of United fans really upset because overall in the match, United had a lot more of the ball, dominated a bit more, expected goals was higher. But what matters is if that little pelotita goes in, and Arsenal got it in once.
Yeah, I saw that goal, and I was so annoyed because that whole 15, 20 minutes.
Deja el ardor, no, que no te consuma.
Yeah, you guys scored at the 13th minute. So that whole 15 minutes leading up to that, like, United was all over the place. All over Arsenal. Wisa agarraba el balón con su little left.
Wisa.
No, Mbeumo, my bad. Mbeumo agarraba la pelotita y se nota que tiene...
He's a baller.
Ese pinche 10 o esa pinche hazard vibes.
He's got that finesse.
That finesse, that footy knowledge. I was having fun watching him. Cunha was also having a good game. Who else was in there? The whole Casemiro was having a good game.
But I think that's what a lot of people were wondering, right? They could have the ballers. They could have the Jogo Bonitos. These guys are ballers, right? These guys could probably play street soccer and would light it up, right? But at the end of the day, is this United going to win games? That's the big question. Si no van a quedar de media tabla para abajo again. Remember, they're not in any European competitions.
I think they'll have a good season.
But that's going to be the big question. A lot of people were also hating, like we said, it's week 1, so we can take things with a grain of salt. A lot of people were also hating that Arsenal is looking just as lackluster, just as impotent to score. And I have those thoughts as well. Like, why did we only score that one? Very few other opportunities. But at the end of the day, when you're playing away, when you're playing at United Stadium, and you get one goal in the 13th minute, and United is looking pretty strong, a lot of new players, you hold on for dear life and you take your points home.
Yeah, it's all over social media saying...
And imagine how much they would have chewed out Arteta if in the 89th minute Mbeumo scores a banger.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, también hay que aplaudir when he does his job, but you're telling me I'm not going to be sweating next week wondering if Arsenal is going to be able to score?
Who do you guys play? Do you know? Leeds. You guys
play Leeds, which should be a manageable one.
Right.
Gyökeres, I would say, if I had to say, Gyökeres has to score against Leeds. No fans or buts. You didn't score against United. It was a tough defense.
It's your first week, the La Paso.
Yeah, and they have some big motherfuckers, but Leeds is a brand new team. You got to score.
At the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points. Se gane 1-0, se gane 5-0, son 3 puntos. I just wish we would have seen that extra from United to kind of help them move along, because I did have them top 4.
That was wild.
But I think this team will be competitive. Arsenal, on the other hand, yes, it's week 1, pero se tiene que tener una estándar. Como le estamos hablando de Liverpool, saying it's a 4-2 quality shows at the end. Arsenal needs to show that quality towards the end and maybe have a bit of a wider score.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Lo que les pasó is that it was away, hostile territory, an actual strong United. I give them that. United looked good. And at the end of the day, they had to get that one, the points and go home. The big questions are going to come if you play against Leeds, you win 1-0, you draw the game somehow. It's going to bring up a lot of fantasmas, a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, valid questions and everything, right?
Yeah.
But what might help out a little bit, Arsenal's new signing today, they get Eze from Crystal Palace for about 70 million. I think close to 80 million after
Crystal Palace is
bonuses
and money right now.
They need to do something. They're getting dismantled.
Yeah.
They're probably going to get like another 100 for Mateta soon or something if they're smart. But that's the left winger, the attacking midfielder, the creative savant that we said that United needed in a cookie cutter system where everybody te la doy, toma, ¿Tú la quieres? Okay. ¿Tú la haces? No. Okay, pues dámela. ¿Tú?
Kind of boring, isn't it?
A little boring. And you put in this dynamic firecracker.
Yeah.
This dude he will not fit the mold.
Right.
Going in and being Zubimendi, right? Like Vicente del Bosque type soccer. No, this dude is gonna get it on the wing and go straight at you, which I think is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, that means Martinelli
a la banca. Sorry.
Know.
Gracias, pero no gracias.
Gracias, pero no gracias.
Ahí te
Échale gas.
The bench has your name on it. Go sit down right
ahí
there,
está
my
tu
guy.
chamarrita.
You get
comfortable.
You get Carabao Cup. Don't worry. Don't worry. Which I think is great. It strengthens the bench now with Martinelli there, Trossard there, who Trossard signed an extension. Madueke on the bench.
I'm dead.
Yeah, it's what we wanted. Bigger signings. I saw a lot of people being like, you don't need him. You had wingers. You just signed Madueke. Why not another center back, another striker? The way that I look at it is Eze is so good. If he was there, available, Newcastle, Tottenham wasn't closing it down, and you had the chance to swoop, and he can help you win the league, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
You're not going to want to be in January, past Boxing Day, and you're like, damn it, we should have. Remember we wanted Eze?
Remember he was available?
Because that's what we were looking at last year when we were sweating after New Year's, and we're all like, who's our striker?
¿Ya cuánto tiene Arteta? 4 años?
I think this is his fourth year.
Season.
Yeah.
Ya toca.
Which is why, like, now the past years we've been able to say, bro, well, no le agarran the striker.
Yeah.
All he's signing are Chelsea rejects, right? No, now you got probably the best English midfielder that he could have gotten.
Yeah.
He got the striker of his dreams. He could have picked which one he wanted, and he chose the one that he wanted. You get a young center back. You get a good backup keeper in Kepa. You have to win something.
Yeah.
You have to. I would say they have to win 2 trophies. I think you have to. This year, you have to get just as far or further in Champions. You have to be right there to win the league, win one or the other, and then you got to take a cup. No más por las mal. Why should you be getting eliminating cup? Yeah. I don't think it should be damn near impossible to eliminate you. Pónsela al opponent to eliminate you. I think they have to do something.
Would you say his time is done if he wins neither Premier League or Champions at the end of the season?
No.
You would still want him to come back for a 5th year?
Yeah.
How long do you give him?
Like probably the 5th year. I would probably say, because if he wins nothing, it's very difficult to swallow that pill. Like if he doesn't even win FA, if he doesn't even win Carabao, very difficult, because it could be so much easier, Tottenham, Chelsea style. Hate on me if y'all want in the comments. If he was in Europa League, you're telling me they wouldn't have won it last year how they were dominating everyone in league? Right. Yes. But it's because they're shooting for more, get eliminated by the champions, the best team in the world, PSG. And it's gonna be that difficult again this year. In quarterfinals and semis, they're gonna get a fucking monster of a team.
Around Madrid or Barcelona.
But a cup they have to win in league. Or the league, stay there with Liverpool. Liverpool will slip up at some point.
Yeah, even if you don't win anything, but you're like 3 points away from winning the Premier League, I think it buys them another season. That 5th season, that 5th year, I think he for sure, like, there's no more excuses as to.
It's also going to be anything. It's also going to be difficult for him to, I think, ask for transfers next year. Like, hey, my guy, you didn't win anything. ¿Cómo que quieres?
Right. Yeah.
Now you want Rodrigo? You want me to spend $100 million on Rodrigo? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna make you win the league? I feel like that's what everyone's gonna ask for everything. Yeah. Is he gonna make you win the league? I don't know.
Te dura la cosa. I wish you the best of luck, pero hey, as long as you bottle it again, I'm happy with that.
Nah, bruh. No, I think they gotta win something this year.
Right, give me a second.
Let's move it on to La Liga, which also started this past week. Your Barcelona.
A huevo.
Empezaron con el pie derecho o con la zurda de Yamal, some would say.
Hey, así era.
Y andaba muy calentón outside of the world of footy.
No mire eso, a ver,
¿No?
cuéntanos.
Ay.
TV novelas aquí
Ya
mero.
se va a hacer tabloid. Ay. Ya TV y novelas. You haven't seen his torrent love affair at the moment?
I have not. I remember over the summer he was dating some older lady.
Yeah, he was. At that point, he was very, very interestingly not 18 yet, and with supposedly hanging out, having a good time, just hanging out with like a reporter or something, a model, I think. She was in low 30s, maybe. Con todo respeto. And now se agarró otra, supposedly. Now they've been confirmed out in public. She was supposedly at his birthday party.
Younger or?
She was also supposedly at some of their scrimmages lately. And then they were just seen like shopping together.
Ay.
La famosa ex de un tal Peso Pluma.
Oh.
Nikki Nicole.
Ay, es anda worldwide,
she's in her 20s for sure, right?
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of hate towards her on Twitter, which I don't think
está bonita.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Está bonita, yeah.
Todas las mujeres son hermosas.
Sí, todas.
But she, she's getting a lot of hate online because people are like, bro, she only goes with like el de moda.
Oh, I see.
Whoever. Yeah. And he's, pues está morro. He's young.
18, está bien morro. Toda a full life ahead.
Está verde.
Sí, está bien verde, pero, I mean, también estaba de verde this weekend y metió unos golazos.
Yeah, the same thing. Copy and paste. Let's get back to what we know. Soccer. But yeah, Yamal, there was a 3-0, right? Yeah. And I remember at halftime I was hating and I was like, bro, Yamal's forgetting about soccer. He had too much of a fun off season. But no, he did the same. Gets out wide, cuts in, left, cuts in a little bit more, left, cuts in a little bit more.
El reincarnated Arjen Robben, que famosamente started out wide and cuts in. Everybody knows what they're going to do.
But Robben iba más al centro, ¿no?
But this latest goal que metió Lamine Yamal,
he still whips it.
It's copy and paste.
You think so?
Copy and paste.
For some reason, I remember Robben más hacia el medio, and then he would put it a far post or keeper post. You could never guess, but he was que te la iba a clavar.
Pero hacía los amagues, los famosos push it wide y amaga y push it wide otra vez.
Ahora César, ¿cómo?
Esa salió algo
flashback. Ay, eso sí, yo no me acuerdo de eso.
Dead. Shit. Pero yeah, I mean, Lamine Yamal is freaking on fire right now. Nadie lo para.
Nadie se lo para. But your Barcelona gets their 3-0 win.
Yeah, but did you see the first goal?
¿Cuál?
No, the second goal, sorry. The first goal was Lamine Yamal assist to Rafinha, that header. And then the second goal, Lamine Yamal, he hits it with his left. The defender headers it. Y se cae al piso. And then the ball keeps on playing. The ref never stopped the game. Athletic, ¿cómo se llama? Los Mallorca players kind of stopped because their players on the ground. Como que concussion protocol tenía que... and then they still scored. Barcelona scored.
Pinches puercos.
So...
¿Por qué hacen eso?
No miraste eso?
No.
Oh.
I was falling for betting purposes.
Al caso que everybody was fucking... Mallorca fans were livid, diciendo que, hey, you should have stopped it. As a Barcelona fan, I feel like that should have been stopped because any head injury should be taken seriously, both at the youth and professional levels. Y se me hizo que como que...
Medio mamoncito.
Medio
se le fue al árbitro.
Medio. Y luego aparte de eso, the ref in the first half gave out 2 reds to Mallorca players.
Yeah, man, that was tough. I bet Barcelona to win by 1.5 by 2 goals.
Right.
So I hit that hit.
Thankfully,
thankfully to that goal. Now that I know, I feel kind of bad, but I mean, it's one of those things where you're just like, bro, like player safety comes first. No.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as a player, you probably feel the need to like keep going and score the goal, but then it's the ref's job. Like if somebody's hurt, the ref stops it, right? Yeah. If I don't hear a whistle, I won't stop. But yeah, it's unfortunate that it had to go that way. Either way, Barcelona was going to win.
Yeah, they were. no hate on Rafinha. He's the one that scored. I think
Ferran Torres
is the one that scored. But I mean, like you said, ref is the one that has to call it.
Pues ni modo, así es la vida. A veces mi Mallorca. That's why you got rid of Javier Aguirre, I guess.
I guess. Still playing the same style, though.
For Real Madrid, they beat Osasuna 1-0. I also bet the 1.5 there. Culeros, and they only scored one goal.
Hey, it's Real Madrid, bro.
And that's what I was saying. The theme of this whole thing is just get your 1-0 and take it home.
Just 1-0.
Mbappe celebrates como si hubiera metido su fifth goal.
World Cup.
The freaking fans were going crazy. I was like, it's 1-0 against Osasuna.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
They did me dirty.
Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid, I feel like still underperforming. Y Barcelona ahorita anda on fire. So
I should have known. I looked at the lineup, and sometimes, your gut tells you, like, if you think what the score is going to be like, you're like, como que te das cuenta with a little bit. I saw Arda Güler, and I was like, are they really going to win by 2?
Give me a second.
And I was like, Arda Güler is not going to make them win by 2. I should have known.
Yeah, it's tough.
I saw Fede back in the mid, and I was like, okay.
It was Trent playing.
Trent was out wide. I was like, maybe he'll finally start assist. No, but every ball, they made compilations. He kept trying long balls, and he would do them short. They just weren't connecting.
It's just Real Madrid, bro. Yeah. It's just Real Madrid.
I mean, it might.
Ahorita Barcelona es el que te va a dar los goles.
But we were saying that last year. Remember at the very beginning, we were like, hey, Real Madrid's barely winning games, but espérate que arranquen.
Bro, I know that for sure.
It never happened. It didn't happen. You bring in Mbappe after winning a Champions League, after this, like, as a goodbye for Carlo Ancelotti, and it goes to shit. And that's one that goes back to it. Sometimes the star player doesn't bring you that star power.
Yeah. I mean, I tell my girls all the time, si ganamos 1-0, I'm happy porque we got the clean sheet.
Yes.
So maybe that's what Xavi's telling them, but this Real Madrid should be giving you a lot more.
Lastly, we need a Real Oviedo tracker in here. Our Real Oviedo tracker 2.0. We finally have a Mexican-owned team in the top flight of a league, and it's not Andorra.
Oh,
which is Marco Fabian.
It's not Mexico
It's
FC.
Not Atlético Ottawa in Canada. No, it is Real Oviedo de mis corazones. We should get their jerseys.
We should.
Or they should sponsor us. I don't know.
Either or both.
Or at the top at La Liga now, they had their chances. They were 0-0, 14th minute penalty. Who else on this earth would you want, especially as a Liga MX fan? I would close my eyes and say Solomon Rondon.
Yeah.
And he goes up to take it, to give his team their first lead in God knows how long since they went down. Y La Falla.
Yeah, La Falla, unfortunately.
Le tira un churro. He muffs it. No, like como que le...
Y se la da al portero en las manos.
Yeah, the keeper guesses the side too. Y como que le pegó un churro and easy.
Yeah, I mean, Solomon should be doing better. No.
You would think. I mean, si fuera Viñas, who was there last season, right? I think they got rid of him now. But if it was him, you'd be it's Liga MX talent, right?
Yeah.
But this dude, Newcastle, West Brom, Everton.
He played in La Liga as well.
Yeah, like this dude's been everywhere. Libertadores and with River Plate. Like I would have thought he would have. I expected more.
I expected him to score 100%, and it goes to shit after that.
Yeah, and the 14th minute was that penalty. 13 minutes later, Alberto Reina, in that 13 minutes, gets 2 yellow cards for Oviedo.
Otro pensativo.
Muy pensativo, el güey. Gets 2 yellow cards, gets a red card. The next minute after the red card, on a corner kick, I think Villarreal gets their goal. And Villarreal's a strong opponent too, dude. Like, that would have been gold.
Los Submarinos, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been gold. And they're signing players left and right. They're selling players left and right. Like,
they got 4th place last season in La Liga.
That would have been, I'm telling you, that would have been, those points were gold.
Yeah. I mean, Real Oviedo got a long season ahead. If that's how it ended, 1-0,
2-0.
2-0. All right. Well, not terrible. No te golearon, pero you should have done better your first game. The presentación.
But those are the points that you needed for Paunovic.
Paunovic
That's
is there.
the coach.
I forgot. Yeah.
He needs to take some Mexican players.
I mean, Pachuca players at least. Llévate a Elias Montiel, llévate a...
The tough thing is they have, in La Liga especially, they have limited extranjero spots.
Yes.
And it takes you the 2 years or whatever to get your European citizenship. And
so maybe since he's been there, Solomon Rondon's been there for a while, previously and now.
Yeah.
A lo mejor están esperando que se hagan los 2 años.
Well, Rondon, I think, from being in Europe before is good. Yeah, he can go back and I don't think he's one of them. But where it gets difficult is they can't bring Marcel Ruiz because it's a bit experimental, because he would take up one of your few spots that you could go and buy an amazing player from the freaking Sparta Prague or something, right? And that guy would be your star and would take up an international spot instead of like a young Mexican player, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Hopefully, if they stay long enough, they'll start taking some Mexican players. Let's bring it on to La Liga MX de Nuestros Corazones, a segment that I would like to just start skipping every single week. Cause
why, Omar? Why would you like skipping that segment?
Está fea la cosa.
¿Para quién? ¿Para ti o para mí?
Para la raza mexicana, I would say. Para el sentimiento mexicano. Chivas is in free fall right now, folks. It's a bit disheartening. Some people would say maybe it's a bit drastic, but it's nothing. It's pretty close to that, in all honesty. Yes. What's his name? Milito is transitioning in, and he's figuring out the players. He's finally putting Luis Romo in the mid. He's trying Hormiga up top, and it's not working. He's putting Richie from outside into the middle. He finally has 3 center backs in the center back position. He is figuring out Camberos, like, pero de todo, maybe it's tanto mover, but the pieces aren't working. Piojo Alvarado's getting upset with the fans, and fans are getting upset at them. They're chanting. It sounds beautiful how loud they're chanting, but they're chanting bad stuff at the players.
I'm dead.
There was like a song this past time about like que le echen huevos, and I was like, low key, I mean, I think that's a pretty good way to go about it, because we're seeing in Santos de Brazil, the fans are storming the practices and they're demanding talks with the players, and I don't like that. I don't think players need to feel like be felt hostile with the fans. I think if you're a fan and if you're really upset, I think the way that you do it, you don't go to a game. You stop supporting. I don't think it needs to get to that point. But if you're in the stands and you're yelling stuff, I think that's totally fine. I don't know if maybe I'm being a hypocrite, but I don't like the Inter fans. Remember, they talked to all the players and they brought them over and like, hey, yeah, you should bleed for the team. And les gritan. I don't like that, but
I am totally opposite. I think
you want them to.
I think the Inter fans, what they do?
Was it Inter?
Yeah, where they stand on, uno se para en la fensa y les está hablando de lo que siente la porra.
Yeah,
I think that's a good middle ground. I think maybe the Santos situation is a bit too extreme to where even eso, I mean, con que no se pongan violentos, se puede hablar así, para que sientan. But I think just being in the ground after a game, diciéndole, hey, this is how we feel, like, what's up? I think that's a good middle ground. Porque at the end of the day, like, sí son superestrellas, pero a veces se les pasa. Oh, I'm a superstar. Hey, don't talk to me, porque yo soy jugador y yo soy de Chivas, y, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good middle ground donde ellos sientan que, hey, ponos pies en la tierra, and this is who we bleed for.
It's just tough because, like, at the end of the day, los jugadores comen por los fans.
Yes.
Because the fans go to the games, and that's the money that the owners use to then pay the players. But the players have the responsibility, if we're not super romanticizing it, they have the responsibility to the team, and they have to play to get their paycheck. Their boss is the owner, not even the coach. The coach just tells them what to do. I think at the end of the day, if they're not doing their job, they should be reprimanded by the team, benched on the team, disregarded from the team, set aside from the team, go to the U23s. You should get heckled in the stands by people, reyente la madre and everything. I love that about Mexico as opposed to MLS, like how demanding they are of it. But I don't think they have to respond to people. Because at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe even sometimes, imagine that Inter guy. What do you think of value he really told? I understand the emotions and like what I'm feeling, bro. You need to do well because I'm very upset, right? At the end of the day. But at the same time, I don't even think that's super productive. Because I'm just like, you're not, like, I know you're mad. You just yelled at me for 90 minutes. And I heard you cussing me out. Like, I get it. But I do think they have to respond somehow. Getting back to Chivas, like we were saying, they got yelled at by the fans. I think somebody has to make some moves here. And at the end of the day, the coach is the one with the head in the chopping block, and Milito might not survive the season. Who knows? Might not even make it halfway there.
It's just a recurring theme with Chivas altogether, just rotando and experimenting. Y se me hace que, I mean, I don't see it so much in America, where all of a sudden I have, like, everybody has like two set positions. Like Sendejas can play out wide, but can also play the 10. Like Henry Martin only plays the 10, never really out wide. Or sorry, the striker never really out wide. And I feel like Chivas una vez tienes a Kate Cabo de forward, a veces lo tienes out wide.
And you know what
tienes de segundo striker.
And you know why, right?
Why?
Extranjeros. Extranjeros are the basis of Mexican footy.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me you're going to take Cáceres and put him at right back? No. You're telling me, but you sure as hell will do that to Israel Reyes. Aquí, acá te pongo. You're telling me, say Maximin, when they come in, they don't know where to put him? No, they know. He has one position. Y es donde él te dijo, where you've seen him on FIFA, on freaking Champions League, everywhere. También if they brought Brian Rodriguez, you know exactly where to put him. Sendejas, lo mueves. Brian Rodriguez, no way, unless he tells you. And it's because those players are solidified. They get brought in for a reason. And the Chivas team is an amalgamation of the players that you could put together. It's just like, pues.
I don't think that's fully fair. I think
it's not fully fair, but I think it's like a good reasoning behind it, because like if you don't have players that are solidified in their positions, you have to test things. It's been coach after coach after coach that can't figure out how to make the team get the best out of them. So what can you do? You have to move them around.
But then why don't you just leave a coach for 2 years so he can test the first year and then the second year?
Because the fans, because there are demands from a fan base from like this. I can guarantee you they have 4 really tough games coming up next, Chivas, which we'll talk about, and I'll go into a video. The fans will not accept at mid-season if they lose all 4 of those games in a row. That's like unacceptable from Chivas, which is great. It's one of the very little things that keeps them grande, the demand from the fans still. And that's the reason why Liga MX is so short leashed with these coaches. It's a demanding league. If you lose 4 games, you're out. Así es la cosa. But like I go back to it, it's the inability of these players to lock down their position because they don't have the extranjeros to lean on. They have to be the player, but I'm not that player in this position. Well, then put me over here. But I'm not that guy there either. El que metiste ya te da un partido bueno, but he's not that guy. And that's what it is. It's a lot of not that guys.
Jesus Christ. You guys are the perfect shitstorm of a fucking wannabe grande.
Yeah. And it's tough. And Chivas is always a reflection of Mexican footy, you know? And
that's a big one, yeah.
And what we're saying is that I have confidence in Mexican footy that's turning a leaf with all these youngsters that are coming out, the Pachuca pumping of all these kids. The Gilberto Moras is a big example. The U15 is doing really well with Mexico. The U17s and 19s being champions of CONCACAF. I see Lilini's plan there, more youngsters. A lot of them Mexican-American.
Yes.
So all of those things together gives me a little bit of faith that in the future Chivas can be competitive because they can tap into the Mexican-American market. The more stars that there are in Mexico that are young, the more possibility Chivas can buy somebody and them do well. But goddamn, is it trial and error? Until then, what necessity does Chivas have también on the other side of the coin to be struggling with Eddie Gutierrez not being a baller? You spent so much to bring him from PSV for him to not be a baller. That's a bit frustrating too.
Yeah, it's very frustrating, and maybe it should have been foreseen. But at the same time, like, it's really hard comparing the Eredivisie with Liga MX.
And it looks like booty sometimes now looking at it because you're just like...
It looks booty, but at the same time...
he's getting bodied.
You have sometimes PSV and sometimes Ajax doing really well in Champions League and Europa League, and you're like, holy shit, maybe that league does, make really good players, and that's what you essentially bought in Eric Gutierrez, and it just hasn't materialized for you guys.
It doesn't materialize, and that's where it's like individuals not getting to their optimum play, all playing together, and then it just becomes a really tough time. It has to be a good system to put it together. Milito still hasn't found that. That's maybe he has the system down, but maybe not the players in the right places.
Damn, bro.
And in combination with some tough results, like here, they got another penalty.
Yeah,
4 penalties on the season. They're the team with the most penalties by far given up. And sometimes that happens because you have players that don't play in that position.
Fue el puchón de atrás. Huh?
Yeah. And sometimes like that one Romo play, right? What's he doing all the way back there? So it makes you think sometimes like, okay, if you put the players in the right position, maybe a center back wouldn't do that. Right. But it's just a whole bunch of things, and they have to figure things out ASAP. They played Tijuana this weekend, Chivas. That is a must win. If I've ever seen a must win. But
Tijuana,
they just beat Pachuca, who's first place, and Gilberto Mora is freaking
lights out.
But that's what I'm telling you. If there's ever a must win, it's this game.
Yeah.
Ni modo que me digas que versus Toluca they're gonna fix it, or against Tigres.
Against America.
Jesus. Rough times, folks. I'll get an episode out.
Genuinely, I feel bad for Chivas fans who actually care for the team, because it's been misery just from the past, 3 years that we've been doing the pod. Like, aparte de esa final contra Tigres, it's been a fucking shit show for you guys.
That's what it was, bruh. Butterfly effect. Maybe if they would have won that, we'd be freaking talking craziness. Maybe Sendejas would have gone back there instead of gone to America because they're at the top of the game. Alexis Vega would have stayed. Maybe they would have gotten Romo at a top moment, and they would have built upon an amazing team.
But instead, we got América Tricampeonato.
Y ahorita, ¿cómo están? This weekend, let's just get into that. And they beat Tigres 3-1. Eso sí. They are undefeated.
And Malagón is getting back into rhythm, getting back into making some good defining saves that helps the score sheet out. A lo mejor no, pero es lo que estamos diciendo, es que tiene que agarrar él mismo confianza, making good saves, and actually, his saves ayudándole on the score sheet al América. Porque eso necesita, somebody I also want to call is Acevedo from Santos, having really good games these past 3-4 games ever since they played Chivas.
I don't believe that full.
I don't believe that full, but like I've told a couple friends saying he has to be consistent over the course of the season, para que de veramos, digamos, okay, he stayed injury free, y más aparte he's having solid games. I know it's Santos.
Why are you laughing?
Because ese güey va a ser next week, me va a callar y se va a aventar y pinche elbow
funny.
out.
No, the funny thing for me, the good thing for me for Acevedo is that I think it also raises the bar for Mexican players in league, which is great. Goes along with like all the rise of the Mexican player at this moment, talent wise. Get rid of those booty long time guys and bring in the above average youngsters to become way above average 27-year-olds in 5 years. And I agree. I want more of these Mexican players in prominent roles on their team. Santos could easily go and get a Marchesin that they did. They brought Marchesin to the league. They could have easily done that and be like, Acevedo, you suck. Like, let's bring in somebody who we know is going to do well, and we could sell him for 5 times later.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. I think that's a win for Mexican footy if he gets better. But Tigres was up 1-0, and then your America came back. mucho madrazo traían a Ángel Correa. I saw in the game. They were running that fool down. And
yeah, we saw what they did to Pueblita.
They had to get the payback.
Yeah, huevo. Yeah, we Cáceres was on him. Israel Reyes was on him. Yeah, Fidalgo, Jonathan.
Everybody.
Let's go.
I think America knows how to play.
They know how to play in El Volcán, especially. I think in the last 7 matches there, they haven't lost any. So
last time they played there, Marcel Ruiz scored that game winner. Remember the Chiripada one?
Marcel Ruiz was at Tigres?
No, Marcel Ruiz, Marcel Flores.
Marcelo Flores.
Marcel ese güey. Remember I forgot about him. Off of the barrera, he was sneaking over here y le dieron el balón last play of the game y le tiró un churro, but what did?
I don't know.
But you guys generally do pelea.
Do well, yeah.
They come out with the result when they can.
Pero 3-1 because Tigres was second in the league. Mm-hmm. And this was a big game for America and it showed character. And I love it because it showed El Chiquito Sánchez. Got a brace y ya nos estamos acordando de aquel Chiquito Sánchez que estaba en el Pachuca.
Trying to get his way into the selección for next year. What a perfect time to do it right now.
Everybody's on their mind that they have to pick it up if they want to be in la selección, which is leveling, está ayudándole to the league as a whole.
And I mean, maybe a bit of a hot take, but I mean, lo que le está ayudando a él is kind of Fidalgo's a bit of drop of game.
Yes.
That Chiquito Sanchez is looking like he's the guy putting America on their back in a moment when they're not doing super hot. One thing to call out too, America was playing pretty defensive. They were al contragolpe. Reminded me of the America of the 2-3 seasons ago now. Not necessarily, yeah. The Jardine being I don't care if we're the better team. We'll sit back and we're just gonna score on you.
Yeah,
and we're gonna score on you, and we're gonna score on you. And if we need to hold the ball, we'll do that too. But
we know how to do that.
But our strength is we let you come and then I'm gonna golazo.
Adios.
And I was like, damn, that if America regains that, if they figure that out with say Maximin, they could be dangerous.
A huevo.
But he could also be a bust.
We'll see, yeah.
And then the moment that they miss 1 or 2 players, they do terrible. Yay. Yay. Tijuana versus Pachuca, what we mentioned. Tijuana being first place Pachuca. Good luck to my Chivas against them. Gilberto Mora got a goal.
Yeah, it was a really good goal de cabecita. Y lo cabeció como un straight up 9 to the ground y botó y adentro. Vámonos.
Which is crazy. Pa Europa. Vámonos, llévenselo. Yo le compro el boleto.
A huevo.
No, but the interesting thing is this dude just keeps surprising us with different ways of scoring, different ways of different things in his tool belt para hacer whatever he needs to. And you're just oh, well, he's undersized, right? You can hate on him. He's undersized. Bruh, he's not going to win a header. Gol de cabeza.
But it's
on a center back.
Yeah, on a center back. And it just goes to show it's his soccer IQ. It's not only just being habilidoso. It's not only just... Pero sabiendo dónde correr, a qué horas, the timing, the IQ is insane. It's I don't think I've seen a player like this in a cool minute out of Mexico.
Yeah. I saw maybe an interesting conversation, but I saw a lot of people say that they haven't been this excited for a Mora and Montiel since Vela and Gio.
Dude, that's a great take.
But I don't know. Maybe it was just so televised seeing the U17 World Cup, and I mean they won it right under with both of them
in Peru, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just so electrifying. They could do whatever they wanted with the ball at their feet. I don't know. It just seemed like a completely different level. Those two, they looked like otherworldly beings. Like they weren't representation of Mexican youth soccer. Gilberto Mora seems light years above everyone his age. But I don't know. Vela and Gio just looked out of this universe. And I was like...
It almost looked like a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, I was like, give us the next 5 World Cups. We got this shit wrapped up.
Yeah. And it was crazy because not only were they doing really well, pero estaban en Europa. Mm-hmm. Y uno estaba en la Masía diciendo, fuck, este es el próximo Ronaldinho. So yeah, I completely agree that we were just... I mean, to be fair, I was pretty young, so I only remember seeing highlights of that final. But I remember just hearing about it all the time, saying, con este vamos a ganar todo.
Yeah. But Mora, to his point, is 1 year younger than that. And he's doing it at first division, which none of those two were doing in first division. Yeah. I think that's one big thing. People have been comparing Mora with Kevin Sullivan. And I saw some sneaky MLS folks were trying to put his Philly 2 numbers against Mora's first division. And I was like, eso no se hace. Because they're like, Kevin Sullivan has like 11 goals in 24 matches. Gilberto Mora has 3 goals in 8 matches. And then everyone in the comments was like, in first division, not like that fool
not against mi compa.
Against little kids. Nope. I mean, a great point to call out. Maybe City will get some FOMO and they'll come in and swoop up our boy too.
Definitely don't want him going to City.
I mean, se pierden, ¿no? Gil Alcalá. No, not Gil Alcalá. Alex Alcalá from LA, from LA Galaxy. He kind of got lost.
Yeah. And we called it out. We said he's a bust. He's going to be a bust, con todo respeto, but
he's gonna be Marcelo Flores. He's going to go to Liga MX team.
I don't even
because he's undersized.
I don't think he'll alcanzar. I think he'll go to an MLS.
Damn.
Mira, te apuesto lo que quieras, he's going to end up at USL.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't even think he's going to have enough to be at MLS.
I'll be happy if it's Monterrey.
Hey. Es Stockton, el compa.
Tráetelo para acá. Let's get it. All right. Well, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff we talked about today, Cesar. Let's give the folks some games to watch over the weekend. Let's get it.
Taking it to Italy, Serie A kicks off. I'm going to call out Genoa against Italian Milk or Lecce. Johan Vázquez now captaining Genoa. Genoa was about mid-table last season. Hopefully now que es capitán, commanding the back line, he can help him and be towards the top of the table.
My first one, we just talked about Chivas versus Tijuana. I'm going to be keeping a close eye out for Chivas needs desperately to win this game. This is the must-win game because they might not win any of those following 4 to 5 ones.
Yeah. Keeping it in Liga MX, I got Cruz Azul against Toluca. Both powerhouses of the past few seasons in Liga MX. Toluca just winning last season. Both teams doing relatively well. Se van a encarar, and it's going to turn out to be one of the electric matches this weekend. In
Ligue 1, I got Lille versus Monaco. Always a good battle. 2 tough teams. We'll see how they do this season. One note, Monaco has a coach, and their name is Adolf Hutter.
Okay.
Which is very close to something that could have been very, very bad.
I see YouTube no nos.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get demonetized. Tanto que ganamos.
Going to the Bundesliga, it also kicks off this weekend. I got Bayern Munich against Leipzig, and I also got St. Pauli, who I'm wearing their jersey now, against Dortmund. So usually Bayern and Dortmund battle it out. So they're going to want to start off the season really well. Hopefully, Dortmund wins it.
Yeah, no more Leverkusen because Xavi's gone.
Xavi,
Now it's Ten Hag. Now it's Ten Hag.
Oh, yeah, for real.
Yeah, right. He's going to win it. The game that I'm going to be at, Portland Thorns, will bring us on home versus Kansas City Current, the 1 versus the 5 in NWSL. Va a estar caliente over there in Portland.
Chelas.
Una chelita, maybe a miche. Se ha estado antojando, damn. Pero vengan mis Thorns. I'm going to be out there echándole ganas. Hopefully we get a great matchup. And we stay cool.
Unos stories ahí para que mire la gente donde andas.
Yeah. We'll post about it, folks. That's all we got for you guys. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Jump into the Discord. It's been really lively lately for all the games.
For FPL,
we got surprises coming your guys' way with a little something, then maybe a little something else. So keep an eye out for all of that and more. We'll talk soon.
Peace.